The Chiefs blow a close game versus the Texans. We're going to talk about that. Chiefs Kingdom. Disappointing night. Disappointing night. Appreciate y'all being here. Do us a favor. Hit that like button on the way in. Let's try to get some people in here so we can talk about it. Before we get started, though, I just want to shout out tonight's sponsor, DraftKings.
We've teamed up with DraftKings Sportsbook to let you know that Missouri is getting an early gift from Santa this year. You can now bet on your favorite teams and players right here at home because DraftKings Sportsbook is now live and available in your state. We love DraftKings because it allows us to take action on same-game parlays, props, and so much more when the boys in the red and gold host H-Town this week. New to DraftKings? Sign up today and take advantage of this exclusive Missouri launch offer. New customers that bet $5 get $300 instantly in bonus bets when you sign up using our promo code ACU. With DraftKings, the crown is yours.
So, Mike, a battered Chiefs team got even more battered in the beginning of the game. The first play, Wanya Morris goes down, and then, of course, Trent McDuffie goes down for the entire game, I think, in the first quarter. So, I mean, very beat up, but the defense showed up to play tonight. They really showed out, man. Chris Jones was a one-man wrecking crew. George Karlaftis played well. Noah Williams stepped up like we knew he would. Of course, and I just think the defense had a great night all around. Esapole, I mean, shout out Esapole. I mean, what a day. Great protection from Esapole. And, of course, I can't even say his name right on TV because, he just shouldn't be there, right? But I thought the offensive line did the job they needed to do. But, when the most important point of the season – the same things reared their ugly head, Mike. We've lost at least 2, now 3 games because Travis Kelce can't catch a football. Rashee Rice decided he couldn't do that either. Andy Reid made some of the most boneheaded coaching moves he's made all season. He did it today, so it's just hard to escape that.
Yeah, this game was a microcosm of the entire season. Straight up. Like, the offense didn't come out to play. The play calling right off the bat just looked scared. They looked scared to death of Houston. I'm tired of our coaching staff giving these other teams way too much respect. Just too much respect.
That too much respect leads to giving them confidence in what they do.
Yeah, it's way too much. We couldn't do anything. The offense stinks. This offense is horrible. Like, you have all the weapons for Patrick Mahomes. You have Travis Kelce, who's actually put up decently in his 36-year-old season. But watching him at the end of the game, he needs to hang it up. I'm done with it. Like, he has literally bobbled 2 or 3 balls that have been picked off this year. He single-handedly cost us a win because he runs the wrong route in week 1. He
dropped one in the end zone in week 2.
He drops one in week 2 that gets picked. He freaking takes out Xavier Worthy in week 1. And they're going to say it might have been Worthy. I don't care who it was on. He's the veteran. Get it together. Pay attention. Like, look, it's been a disaster. This offense is crap. Somebody has got to go. Heads have got to go. Matt Nagy's got to go. And look, a lot of people, he don't call the play. He really doesn't call the plays. But Andy Reid's offense is stale. You went out and you got every single player. And again, you don't have the greatest running backs in the world. I don't think the running backs were the problem today. Like, Kareem Hunt fought his ass off out there today. I thought Patrick Mahomes did too for the most part. There were times he were missing wide open receivers and this and that, but that was a good pass rush. You mentioned Esapole. I thought he played a pretty good game. There was a time there in the third quarter, going into the fourth, Danielle Hunter had a 4% pass rush win rate, which was the lowest of the season, and he was going up against Poole. That wasn't a small task to come off the bench and play your first NFL start versus Danielle Hunter, and he did a damn good job. This game come down to Andy Reid's flat-out shitty coaching. I'm sorry, but it's done. You cannot, with your defense playing lights out in the third quarter, in the fourth, and you're going to gift that team at least a field goal, and they ended up getting 7 out of the deal by going for it on your own 30-yard line with a 2 yards. It was 4th and 1, but it was a long-ass 1. It was closer to 2 yards. And then you're going to come out in an empty backfield? And I don't care if somebody drops the ball or not. And then the very next time you get the ball, guess what? You have to go for it on 4th because you done flubbed up on the first one, and then Rashee Rice drops the ball.
Right.
So look, it's all on coaching. Coaching, we have been outcoached all season long across the board. This offense is stale. It's stagnant. They're hindering Mahomes more than they're helping him. It's time to switch everything up. Look, I've not been big on firing Andy and all this stuff, but today showed you why he got his ass canned from the Eagles. Bad coaching decisions, and it happens one after another, and we're going to get the same thing in the post game. We've got every freaking post game.
Yeah, for sure. They're going to say, oh, play could have went this way or went that way. But, I mean, you kind of create your own destiny sometimes, right? And, I mean, I think going for it there on that fourth down was a turning point in the game. Not only did you give them the ball in scoring position already, but you also gave them all the momentum. And I think that was kind of a wrap right after that. Bad decision. Bad decision.
That was one of the worst coaching decisions I have ever witnessed. We thought we witnessed a horrible coaching decision watching a fourth grade girls basketball game the other day, Steve. And I'll be damned if a volunteer coach in the middle of Radcliffe, Kentucky didn't make the same kind of bonehead play that Andy Reid, a multi-million-dollar head coach with Super Bowl rings, went out there and did it tonight in one of the biggest game of the season. And he went out there and farted it away. What is he doing? You didn't play this aggressive last week and the week before when we needed it. And then you're going to come out and do it here in that time? No way do you make that call. Did Brendan Staley possess his body? Like, did he have a line over there to Dan Campbell? What was going on there?
I'm not real sure, dude. And here's the thing I think that's most frustrating about the entire situation was, like you said, the biggest game of the season. It's been a bad season so far. Horrible coaching so far all year long. But then you get to this game against the Texans. You literally have no chance, according to everybody on the planet. You get out
guess
there.
They were right.
Right. Well, you get out there, and I mean, your defense, like I said, they showed up, right? Through honestly, through the entire game.
Look,
I feel like even
times where they couldn't get off the field on third down. We still let that shit go all day long. All game.
Like the pressure being like a split second too late and it's somebody being open. But I mean, regardless of all that, like I think that the Chiefs, like if you just watch the game, like the eye test, I felt like even with the Chiefs with third string tackle and a second string tackle on the other side and third string cornerbacks and you name it, I thought they still looked like the better team on the field for most of the game. It's just so frustrating when you see that and it's just terrible decisions. You knew it was going to be close. You knew it was going to be a close game. Mike, we've been talking about that all week. And those close games always come down to decisions or just your guys making a play here and there. We couldn't get either of those right tonight. Travis Kelce couldn't make the play when he needed to. Rashee Rice couldn't make the play when he needed to. And then if Andy Reid put them in probably the worst position that he could have possibly put them in. So just terrible. And like you said, it's kind of a microcosm of the entire season in one game, right? And it's just, like I said, it's frustrating when the team actually looked like they were playing football tonight. Like even the offense, they didn't put enough points on the board. And the offense was definitely the weak side of the football. But I mean, there were times where, I thought they looked okay. It's just nothing was falling their way. And in that last quarter,
the offense didn't even try. Like the entire team really didn't even start playing until the third quarter. Like the offense in the first half was horrible. They were horrible. The defense letting up first. They had 8 third down conversions tonight out of 18. So here they are batting 50% on third down, and they were 3rd and 8 plus, 3rd and 16. Just ridiculous stuff. That has got to be a scheme problem. It is comical watching this team on 3rd and long.
Can we be honest here too? Like the Texans offense was shook. Like they didn't look good whatsoever.
They were completely shook. And then the way we matched it is we decided that Patrick Mahomes was going to come out and go 10 or 11 misfires in a row and throw 2 or 3 picks. And he wasn't getting any help, and it wasn't on Mahomes. He was putting the ball in their hands. When Jalen Petrie laid out Rashee Rice decided he wasn't going to play football anymore. He made a nice business decision. He short-armed everything after that.
I don't think
he caught another football.
I'm not so sure he shouldn't have went to a blue tent after that one, to be honest.
Yeah, maybe so. Again, that's on the coaching staff.
Right. And I will say I think Mahomes played a good game. I really do. He played tough. He played hard. He was trying to do everything in his power. He pressed a couple times, and the big one to me was he completely underthrew. I think it was Hollywood Brown there, and Laster got that interception.
But one of them was on third down, was basically a punt.
Right. So that's what I'm saying.
So
like
who cares on that one?
overall, Mahomes played his ass off. Kareem Hunt played his ass off. The offensive line played their ass off. The cornerbacks played their ass off. I mean,
Look,
literally,
Kelce was
the
horrible
whole
today.
defense played their ass off.
Kelce was horrible today. I don't think anybody could watch that film and say Kelce had a good day. All he did all day long was get locked up by Jalen Petrie and Lassiter. Lassiter literally run a 6-second 40-yard sprint and was talking about getting thrown down draft boards. People were talking about not even taking this dude in the first or second round. He was so bad and so slow in short areas.
Not even projected to play.
and he was lined up all over Kelce, just destroying him. And look, yeah, you could say this and that and holding this and that. They're not calling it. Kelce sat there and worried about getting a flag more than he worried about getting open today. And we've seen this all the way back in the Super Bowl when he gave that half-assed effort, and it hasn't got any better this year. I mean, he's looked better at times, but in key situations, he's still sitting there looking up at the sideline, looking off into space.
Right. You guys sound off in the comments. We want to know how you feel about it. It was just an odd one altogether. Like, I did feel good about how the defense was playing. I kind of thought when the defense was playing the way they were that we would find a way to put points on the board, and it never happened. But Chief KT with the 2-bomb, says Andy the Walrus effed us. I think that's going to be a huge sentiment across Chiefs Kingdom because honestly, if Andy punted that ball there, that game could have gone so much differently. I mean, it at least would have gave you like a fair fighter's chance of winning the game, but you just handed it over at that point, in my opinion. Appreciate the 2. We got Steve-O in the house with 2. Says French kiss or tonsillitis red. Yeah, man, to say we're going to tickle tonsils, I don't know, man. Like, I saw him run under center a couple times. Kareem Hunt was running hard, but, I mean, for the most part, we were still running out of shotgun. It was nice to see at least one pitch play to Brashard Smith. I thought...
Oh, boy, they went back to that several times, didn't they, after it worked?
Right, it makes no sense, brother.
Like,
I'm telling
these
you.
guys, I'm telling you, this offense has got to a place where it's so stagnant. Dude, the Texans knew every play we were going to run before we did it. Do you remember the screen pass we tried to run and our entire offensive line's out there running and they're guarding the entire thing and Mahomes has to take off?
Yeah. There were a couple times I thought maybe Mahomes should have ran some more, but I mean, he was playing on a bum knee, and then also he did run quite a bit, so can't really say that. The old pass with the 5-bomb says, I told y'all we were going to lose. That 4th down call was the dumbest call I've seen since the Super Bowl. We had all momentum, draft 2026. Yeah, that's what I said, Mike. Like, not only was it a poor decision, and you give them great field position, they're already in, distance to kick a field goal there. You gave them all the momentum at that point.
You give them all the momentum.
Like,
and look,
you crush your defense. The defense that played their ass off all night long, you put them in that position, let them give up 7 points, and kind of crush them.
Look,
like you effectively screwed your whole team.
I'm not apologizing to anybody in the world for coming on here and telling you that the Chiefs are a good football team and they should be winning these games. If you're all watching these games and you don't see that this team is good enough to win these games, they just keep shooting themselves in the foot. I don't know what you're watching. Now, look, your confidence could be shot and you could say, hey, they're not going to win. They're not going to do this because of this and that. Fair point. But there's no way you can tell me that the Chiefs didn't deserve to win this game tonight if they come out in the third quarter and do what they should have done and the offense is moving the ball. The offense is supposed to be we've got Patrick Mahomes. This is supposed to be Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes and like this juggernaut of offense. And the defense, again, we have to rely on them to even keep us in games at this point. Right. So, like, I'm not taking a victory lap or saying I'm horrible for picking the Chiefs. Like, people's been down on them all week long. Big deal. Okay, I guess we can all do it now, and it is what it is. But, dude, I just can't. Like, the fact that it hits me that I have to sit on here right now at freaking 11 p.m. at night, 12 our time, and sit on here and talk about one of my favorite Chiefs to ever put on a uniform, Travis Kelce, and to sit here and finally come to the realization that this cat right here hinders us more than he hurts us in big games, it seems. And knowing that he could get on here and watch at any moment and be like, I hate this guy. I don't want him to hate me. I like Travis. I love Travis Kelce, but there's something just not clicking there right now with him.
Right.
And just sitting here realizing I have to come on here and say that because I choose not to be a sugar coater or whatever it is, or it just annoys me. It annoys me that I have to be put in this situation because of our players and the way they play all year.
I would like to think Travis Kelce is a person of self accountability, so he'd probably agree with what you're saying. To be quite honest about it,
He is, but I don't even want to say it, and I shouldn't have had
right.
to have
I
said
know.
it.
I understand. I understand the sentiment. I know where you're coming from with it. Old Pass with another 5-bomb says Pohl got cut for Wanye Morris, guys. Asa Pohl is a swing tackle, but Simmons better watch his back. Keep getting injured, and he's going to take your spot. Brother, Asa Pohl is the real deal. Like Mike said, to come in, shut down Daniil Hunter, that's a tall task for somebody's first NFL start, especially a guy that didn't even play football until college. For what he was able to do tonight, that was spectacular, dude. So hats off to Asa Pohl. Appreciate the 5, man.
I think what you may have found there is this guy's now going to get to run the rest of the season out. Look, the Chiefs are somewhere like 14, 15%. At this, I mean,
They're not,
really,
yeah, it's over.
When do you start? Like, when do you start reasonably deciding that you just don't even want to play Mahomes anymore? Why play him in a meaningless game for the rest of the season and get him injured?
Right. Yeah.
What if you suffer a knee injury or something like Daniel Jones did today, and he's out for all of next year because it happened so late in the season? At some point, you might just be like, hey, I guess you play it one more week and see what you got, but you're still at 15%. Like, you're going to have a monumental meltdown from every team in the league, and nothing's going our way this year. Then again, I will say this. We had one of the best early slates of games that could have possibly went our way today, went our way. And then the Chiefs come out here and crap the bed tonight. So it just proved, even if they could limp themselves into the playoffs, I don't think they're in the mental state to even win a game. Right. I don't. Like, something's wrong with this team, and I think there's got to be some changes. There's got to be some shakeups.
Yep, Hippie with the 2-bomb says, only thing tickling is our toes in the Cancun sand. Yeah, I think it's official. Lil Cam, become a member. Appreciate you, brother. Welcome to the crew. Let's freaking go. And we got Greg Goodwin, our boy in the house with the 2-bomb, says this team has no heart, no fire, no direction. Before tonight, like, I absolutely 100% agree with you. And I do think they had some fire tonight. I think they had a little bit of heart tonight, but yeah, too little too late, right? Because you've had all season to have that, and where's it been? And then you show up in a critical game and you bring it. The defense,
and again,
especially,
they only brought it for the third quarter.
The defense,
the first half of the game,
day.
they didn't look great. Yeah, I will say this. The officials with another bad, untimely call there that extended a drive and got them out to a 10-point lead in the first place. Yep. They should have been punting to us 3-0, and we could have took the lead, and the whole game changes. Again, officials, in my opinion, don't dictate games. Like, I'm not getting to the point where I think the officials sway games or do this or do that. But I tell you what they do. They influence momentum, and momentum is big in football games. And when you can kill momentum, like our defense had good momentum right there, and they killed it. And then what happens? Spags makes a stupid play call, puts George Karlaftis in zone coverage, and then C.J. Stroud makes a play of his life, and then they're right down, they score. They should have been punting up 3-0, and instead we get the ball back down 10.
Absolutely.
Dude, the NFL's got to fix this. And I know nobody's going to give a crap because it happened against the Chiefs. But until you all keep
Mike,
you keep that same energy, and it's never getting better.
Surprise, surprise, but even after all that, it was the Chiefs for getting all the calls tonight if you went on social media.
How?
Dude, I don't understand. It's just never going to stop.
It just doesn't stop. It just
because
proves how idiotic.
the same people that are saying that have no clue what they're talking about. They don't even watch the games. They don't know football. It's just something to say, So, I mean, it is what it is. Dave Miller with the 5-bomb says at least we could get a good draft pick.
I'm not even so sure we will.
Yeah, I mean, honestly.
Knowing Brett Veach will trade down anyway.
With the decision making that's been going on this season, I don't know if I would want to put all my eggs in the draft pick basket. I'm just going to say that. I mean, we got one of the best draft picks we've had in a long time at pick 32. So, I mean, I don't know. It sucks. I mean, I understand you're grasping at straws here, right? Like looking for some kind of silver lining.
Chiefs going to take.
Yeah,
you can already just about guarantee the three things they're going to look at. It's going to be crap we don't even want. A tight or not a tight end. We probably need a tight end.
Yeah,
but they're going to look at a
safety.
What? A safety out of Virginia Tech like Jamari Connor. They're going to look at another corner because I don't know if they're going to pay McDuffie.
Right,
and then you're looking at a defensive end that is like turning around a semi in a parking lot. Like the dude can't move, he can't get after the passer. And then if you go to the offensive side of the ball, what are you doing? Another 160-pound wide receiver?
Right.
Like it's the same stuff we do every year. So like it doesn't really matter.
It's tough, brother. It's tough. It's like
I have no faith in this front office. This has been one of the worst years of decision making I've ever watched from a front office, a coaching staff, down to the 53-man roster, to the fact that Elijah Mitchell is still on this 53-man roster
Yeah.
and didn't even play again today. And he is still taking up a roster spot, ladies and gentlemen. We were literally going to start Wanye Morris.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, like no disrespect.
Look how good Essapol played.
No disrespect to Wanye Morris, and I hate that he got hurt, but like that might have helped the Chiefs
Dude,
today.
look how good Essapol played today. And these idiots couldn't see it in the preseason and cut him. They kept Wanye over him. You had a whole week of practice and you chose to go with Wanye over the guy right there just shut down.
And you have a ton of tape on Wanye not being good. It's pretty wild.
Dude, what is this coaching staff is washed, dude.
Yep. Chiefsful Chief with a 10 bomb. Love the name there, buddy. Offense been taking turns messing up all year. This year, especially from your best players. Plus, coaching has been in bad in situational football, offensively mostly. Sure, man. Like, I mean, no one's really wrong here. It's kind of easy to see, honestly. I mean, like we've said a few times already tonight, this game was a microcosm of the entire season. Bad coaching decisions, players just failing to make plays when they need to.
Hell, we even had Butker go back and miss everything tonight.
Yeah.
Clanks one, almost clanks a second one.
Like I said, everything reared its ugly head tonight, brother.
I think Tobe needs to go too. If you can't figure out what's wrong with Butker by now, just get out of here.
If we can't figure out what's going on with the third most accurate kicker in NFL history.
Look, they literally chose. All we heard in the offseason and what we was hearing early in the year was, we have a secret weapon. We may put Xavier Worthy back there. And then tonight he went out there all night long and was told to fair catch.
Yeah, well, I mean, he returned one. There just wasn't much going there, and they called a hold anyway.
Fair catch. Yeah, and then another hold because Dave Tobe's squad can't figure out how to block.
Yeah, appreciate the 10, brother. Daniel with the 5 bomb says, if this team doesn't get rid of some of these coaches after this year, nothing's going to change, of course. Hopefully Clark Hunt will realize some changes are needed. I think it's got to come from Clark Hunt. If it's up to Andy Reid, I don't think he would ever make the change. He'll be like, we've been so successful, I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing. It's just the ball didn't bounce our way, a little thing here or there. We could have been in the Super Bowl. He'll come up with something, right? So I think Clark Hunt's kind of going to have to press down from the top down and be like, hey, something's got to happen. Something's got to happen. And I'm right there with you, Mike. I think the obvious targets are going to be Matt Nagy just because he's kind of a scapegoat for how the offense has been. I wouldn't mind to see Joe Blameyer after the comments him last season saying that he's afraid to game plan for Patrick Mahomes.
He's a passing game coordinator, and our passing game looks like ass.
Exactly. And then on top of that, I think Dave Tobe, that's a huge one. That's a huge one. I mean, if you take your assistant head coach and tell him to hit the bricks, then, I mean, you're making at least a little bit of a statement.
Ain't none of this going to happen.
No.
Look, the Chiefs, and honestly, a lot of the fan base, the same. Like, they just act like Andy's got free pass now. It's to the end of the time. Andy can stay till he wants to. And, I mean, I get some.
It'd be very, very tough to fire Andy Reid.
Some people are like that. I totally get it.
Yeah.
Like, go look at college basketball. I'm sure when U of L and Rick Pitino got in trouble and they had to get rid of him, they thought the whole end of the world. And so they went through a few years of down, but they finally found a decent coach and they're right back to making noise again. Like, you can't be scared. If you've got a good front office, you're going to be able to find a good coach, a good coaching staff. You can't live scared and you can't live behind the 8 ball all the time. You're going to have to change with the times. And if Andy don't want to change with the times and figure out why his offense stinks and why his coaches can't coach themselves out of a wet paper sack, then you've got to make a decision.
Well, I think you get some fresh blood in there at even offensive coordinator, and I think maybe you can get somebody who can press Andy Reid a little bit. I think Matt Nagy is too comfortable with Reid. I just think they've worked together for so long. It's just not a good combo. I mean, if you could bring in a Cliff Kingsbury or someone like that and actually have somebody that could push back a little bit and bring something fresh to the offense, and I think maybe we could see Andy take a bit of a turn.
Everyone acts as if, like, if Andy leaves the Chiefs, we're just right back to mediocrity. I don't know if that's true. Look at the Jaguars this year. They go out and hire a guy that never coached.
That's who I wanted for offensive coordinator, right?
And Liam Cohen, and they're playing very good football. He's actually got Trevor Lawrence looking like a good quarterback. So they just hired him basically off a street corner because this guy wasn't considered for any head coaching jobs at any point. He's always been a coordinator. He was even a coordinator at UK.
That's who I want. With all the offseason talk about firing Matt Nagy.
Right. He was a coordinator with McVay. He was a coordinator in Tampa Bay. You can always find guys like this, but you can't just be sitting on your hands watching all these good coaching hires go just because you want to just be stubborn.
Yeah. Perry with the 5 says, here's a shocker, 87 decline questions. Imagine that.
Yeah, I wonder why.
The team looks lost, lacks heart, and staff needs to make big changes. Time to look at the draft. I mean, here's the thing. I'm right there with you, Mike. You mentioned earlier, like, you love Travis Kelce. Mike, Travis Kelce's been one of our favorite players since he got drafted. I mean, just end of story. I mean, we've always been massive Travis Kelce fans, and it sucks to get on here and have to say that, like you said, but Travis Kelce has looked not only has he looked better than last year, but he's also at times looked the worst I've ever seen him. He's literally in critical situations. He has become the opposite of clutch. Like, do not give that guy the ball when the game is on the line. Like, it's crazy, you know, how bad it is this year. And Travis Kelce, he's a guy that's going to get on his podcast and he's going to say the same thing he said all season long, where that's on me. I got to do better. I just got to do better, man. And his big brother's going to affirm it and be like, yeah, man, yeah. Like, it's the same thing. You're going to see that again this Wednesday. That's why he didn't want to take questions, because he can just get on his podcast and say that. And everybody's going to be like, yeah, he's holding himself accountable. And it's like, I'm not saying that he's not, but I mean, that's exactly what you're going to get, guys. So, it sucks. It does suck. Jason with the 10 says, fire Embry and Nagy. Somehow our talented receivers can't get open and play calling is anemic. We beat ourselves more than our opponents beat us. This team has zero fire. It's the same thing every week. Man, it's funny because, I mean, I know you guys are kind of talking as a whole season like this. We've not seen any fire in this team. I thought I saw it tonight. For the first time in the entire season, I thought I saw it.
Off of just Chris Jones and the defense.
It come off the defense, right? But yeah, the offense still looked the same, I would say. But here's my thing. Jason kind of said it perfectly here. Like, they've beat themselves. Almost every game they've lost this year, they've literally shot themselves in the foot. I mean, every one of them. Just self-inflicted wounds over and over and over again. But yeah, I mean, pick some coaches. If for all I care, put them on the wheel of death, right?
Look,
we'll put the coaches on there. We'll spin the wheel and see which ones we fire.
Look,
but somebody's got to go.
I'm not saying that Matt Nagy and Embry shouldn't be fired. Not if you want to fire them, fire them.
Yeah.
But let me tell you something. Embry is not the reason these idiots aren't getting open. He's not the reason that Rashee Rice dropped that ball.
Yeah.
Like, these guys are professionals that work out all year long, and Embry's nowhere to be found. These dudes have their own personal trainers. They do this stuff 365. When it comes to game time, he's the one. He's not teaching them anything. And no wide receiver coach just about does. It's the NFL. Like, nowadays, these kids are getting paid in high school and college. Like, no coaches teach these kids anything from here on. Like, they're their own coach. And then if you want to talk about receivers not getting open, that's the scheme there. That's the scheme. That's Andy Reid's amazing offensive scheme that's completely destroyed because you see
those
the
plays
same
that he hides all
crappy
year for the critical
routes
moments.
over and over, bro.
Yeah. Well, I think the main thing that you're seeing here this season is a team that has no chemistry, no cohesion. That's what you're seeing, because you can sit here and say these receivers never get open. They can't get open. But I would almost argue that if you go back and watch the tape for all year, you're probably going to find a massive amount of plays where they are open and not getting seen. Or Patrick Mahomes, right? Patrick Mahomes not pulling the trigger. So I mean, not trying to throw Pat under the bus here, because I thought he played great tonight, and I mean that kind of stuff's going to happen, but. I mean, it's just a lot that goes into this. Like, this is not one person, one position, one coach even. If you're going to blame it on one coach, you got to go Andy, because this is his show. So, I don't know, man. I just think it's just been disheveled all season, and that's all there is to it.
Andy Reid calls the plays. Andy Reid designs the plays. And all night long, I see horribly designed plays, horrible called plays.
And what's he known for? He's the best play caller. He's a guru.
Just, the offense is stagnant and stale, and he's actually got guys on his team. He went out and loaded up receivers that all run 4.2s, and nobody gets open. And it's because they don't use them properly. The scheme doesn't work. The routes aren't working. Nothing is working. Even the fact that Andy Reid loves Mike Caliendo so much, and then Caliendo gets blown up first play of the game, and the fact that they want to cut Esapole and keep Wanye Morris, but Esapole just went out and proved that he played better today than Wanye Morris has ever played if you combine every good snap he's had.
Right.
So how do you miss that?
It's the $1 million question, isn't it, buddy?
They have done nothing but miss since the offseason. And then you said chemistry. How do you not have chemistry? Every one of these dudes were freaking healthy and practicing all year long, And then Rashee Rice misses a few games due to something they knew he was going to get suspended for. But everybody's been practicing. We haven't suffered any injuries. I think Worthy goes out on the first week for a couple weeks.
Yeah.
But he's been back, and I know he's been fighting through a shoulder, and hats off to him. People's been giving him a lot of shit, and I don't even think he's deserved it. I thought he looked good at certain times tonight. I just don't think they use him properly.
Who are you talking about?
Xavier Worthy.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Xavier Worthy's a good football player. He's a good receiver. I think,
You know what they do? Xavier Worthy runs the same 2 routes over and over again.
Well, one more thing that they failed to do that I've been preaching, Mike, is they got to scheme guys open. They have to get these guys the ball quick and get the ball in their hands and let them do some work, and they just refuse to do that. They want all these plays to take 10 years to develop.
Did it not? Did you think though when the game first started they were going to try to do that because they were running Worthy in the backfield a little bit and they got him the ball quick. They got Rice the ball quick at one time, and I was like, look, they're actually going to come out and do something today with a little bit of with a little game plan behind it.
But then
it just went off the rails.
Like the thumbnail says, total letdown, because I thought the same thing. I thought I was going to see a little bit of that, and I mean, how do you beat a defense that's obviously the best defense in the league? I mean, you have to do things like that. You have to get the ball out quickly. You have to let your guys create plays, and we just don't do that. We get it to the point to where Patrick Mahomes holds the ball for as long as humanly possible and then tries to chuck up a pass to somebody, and then we get mad at people for not catching passes, and it's like, I understand they still should have caught these passes. I'm not giving them a pass on, dropping everything. But at the same time, these are not designed plays. This is the most random. We do backyard football every play.
Backyard, Patrick, go save us.
And a lot of times when Patrick's, scrambling and doing this and that and trying to contort his body and throw sidearm and jump pass and everything else, sometimes these passes are not on the money. They're hitting people in the back shoulder. They're behind them a lot of the time. So, I mean, it's just a mess all around. But real quick, guys, we got 900 people in here. Appreciate you all being here. Do us a favor, hit that like button if you haven't. That'll help us out tremendously. Also, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, this is the premier Chiefs YouTube channel for Chiefs Kingdom worldwide, baby. Not just in Kansas City, but worldwide. So if you're watching right now and you're new, throw in the chat where you're watching from. We always like to look at that. And of course, guys, that became members, welcome to the crew. If you'd like to become a member, you can join at join.allchiefedup.com and become a member. We'll be having our December members only live stream towards the end of the month. We normally give away a signed jersey, football, something of that nature, and maybe some All Chiefed Up merchandise. So get in on that. And while I'm talking about the memberships, I think I have 10 to give away. So if anybody wants to match 10, I'll give away 10. And we can get 20 more people in the crew. But let's get back to the chat, brother. Let me see where we were at. I think we were at Xavier here. Says, I'm really hoping that this is the 23 season again. What happened in 23?
We didn't miss the playoffs.
23 would have been a Super Bowl victory?
I don't remember.
Yeah.
Look, I'm not in the brain space right now to even think about this.
No,
Xavier,
man.
Appreciate the 2-bomb, but don't make me think so hard, buddy.
Yeah.
Tell me what happened in 23.
Well, I tell you this, dude. I've tried to be so optimistic all season. I mean, even after, the being 6-6 and having to play the Texans and us having all these guys injured, I still said that the Chiefs can win this game. We can win out, and it's Patrick Mahomes, and it can happen. I think we're to the point now to where I guess mathematically you're not eliminated, but let's be honest with ourselves here. This team's not going to make the playoffs.
Yeah, if you lost tonight, you were at 15, 16%.
Well, here's another reason why I say that. It's not because they can't. Obviously, they could win 4 games, and obviously somebody could shit the bed, like the Chargers or somebody. But, the way they lost tonight, that just goes to show you they're going to shoot themselves in the foot again. If I had to bet my entire life savings and the house and the car and everything else, Mike, I would bet it that the Chiefs will lose another game by way of coaching. I would almost 100% bet that right now. It's a lock. It's free money, easy money.
It's Dennis Green.
Yeah.
They are.
Yeah.
We thought they were.
100%.
That may be the greatest quote in the history of football, and it applies to this season.
Yep. Rush Chefs with the 5-bomb says, we really need some new minds and just change. 100% agree. I feel like every 5 years, Chiefs change it up and do well. And Tyquan Thornton, why hasn't he used more? Tyquan had a great game. It sucks that Kamari Laster decided to come out and have the greatest game of his life. But we always deal with that. That's another reason why I was saying it's kind of a microcosm of the whole season, because every game the other team plays out of their minds. And there's
Yeah, they were
always at
talking
least
about this guy may have a season-ending injury.
right. And then he shows up and he has the best game he's ever played as a pro. I like Kamari Laster. Okay. I think he's a decent player. He is not as good as he played tonight, ladies and gentlemen. He was spot on, insane. Like he looked like he would have been hands down the best corner in football by the way he played tonight. And it just goes to show you, dude, everything always goes stacks up against a team that's at the top. The Chiefs, not necessarily they've been at the top of the season, but the Chiefs are at the top of the football world. They have been for a decade. And these teams are throwing everything they got at you.
Yeah, at this
It's
point,
just all
they
there
just
is to
smell
it.
blood in the water.
Yeah.
Like everybody's just wanting to beat up on them at this point.
Yep. Hear ye, hear ye. Brian Williamson in the house with the 5 bombs. It's time to free up that cap space. I'm honestly sad. It is pretty depressing. I guess the best way to describe tonight is like I just felt let down, like just completely let down, and it was not because I didn't see it coming, and it wasn't because I fully expected the Chiefs to win this football game, but the way the Chiefs were playing football, the way the defense showed up, and the fact that I was looking at the offensive line who had, Essa Pole and Jalen Moore and Mike Caliendo, and I'm watching them against the best defensive line in football, and they're holding their own and playing good. Like, I felt like this, things couldn't have gone much better for the Chiefs as far as all that goes. Like, everybody showed up to play, except Travis Kelce and maybe Rashee Rice, but everybody showed up to play, man, and it's just like complete letdown. When we went forward on that 4th down and didn't get it, it was just like so deflating.
Dude,
and if it was that deflating for me watching the game, how do you think that made the defense feel? How do you think
Look,
that made the rest of the team
100%,
feel?
That Andy Reid decision to go for it on 4th and basically 2 from their own 30 was the game.
Right.
Because our offense had not been moving the ball at all. And you basically gifted them a field goal. And then, I mean, with 30 yards out, you kind of felt like at just any minute they were going to figure out what our defense was doing. It's
Right.
like we were playing out of our minds. But at the same time, if you punt the ball, you're at least making them work for some points.
Right.
You just don't do that there, man. Do you realize earlier in the game, they ran into the punter, and Andy could have had the ball at the 44-yard line and could have went for it then, and he chose to just punt it. And then you're going to back it up another, I don't even know. I can't even do math. You're going to back it up another like 25 yards, and then you're going to go for it. What is he thinking?
Pretty wild.
That one call single-handedly flipped the whole momentum of that game.
Yeah, agreed. I thought the Chiefs were in a good position. Even if they had to punt there, I thought they were in a good position to win the football game.
If our beat writers do not hammer his ass over that call,
they did.
and get
It's already
a legit
happened.
answer. I'm tired of these dudes going in there and trying to hold hands and trying to take Andy out to dinner. Get some freaking, get some answers and hold his ass accountable a little bit.
You got to at least hold him to the flame, brother. That's all we ask. Like, he can answer however he wants to answer, but you got to hold his feet to the fire.
And you know what? I would ask
end of story.
and ask until he freaking answers it the way we want to answer, which is, I'm an idiot and I shouldn't have done that. Like, when he says that, I'll say, okay, good job.
And then you're going to say, yes, you are. And why the hell do you think that was a good idea? All right.
Exactly. I'm just going to keep going.
Chiefs will Chiefs with another 5 says us missing the playoffs is going to force them to make some big changes. Every time we lose, especially playoff changes are made, I still got trust in Veach. Sure. I think Veach has made about as many bad decisions as the rest of the coaching staff, like the coaching staff, just the Chiefs in general this year. Mike, you mentioned it. It's like been from the top down. Like the offseason, the way the offseason was handled as far as free agency, even the 53-man roster cuts, adding someone at the trade deadline when there was an obvious hole that we needed to fill, the decision that was made to try to make Omar Norman Lott fat and run stuff and get him hurt. Like, it's just been from the top down. It's been so bad. So,
Bro, you're taking it easy on him. There's probably at least 10 more things you could bring up.
I keep going. I'm kind of tired of saying it, though. I'm getting real sleepy. Just thinking about it. The Chiefs have zapped my energy out of my body.
Have been, look, from the top down, this franchise has just been off this year. It's as if the NFL wrote them a strongly worded email and said, I want every one of you all to suck ass as much as possible this year so people will get off our backs. And it's like they just obliged. They were like, good.
Feels like it, don't it?
Let's go out here and move heaven and earth on 53 roster cut day so we could figure out a way to get Nazi Johnson on the team so we could put him on IR all year.
Pretty wild, brother. It's
What?
Pretty wild. Yeah. Robbie Ray with the 2 says Jordan, Tyson, or Carnell Tate y'all should draft. Man, I'll be honest with you. I don't even know who the Chiefs should draft. I don't even know what position they should draft, where they're drafting. I don't even know enough about these college football players yet, brother. I usually don't dig in hardcore until after the season.
We dig in when the Chiefs are done, and the Chiefs are done, Steve. So I guess
So we're getting an early start this year.
God, like I really wanted to do that right before Christmas.
Chief KT with the 2 says, if I'm Mahomes, why risk my knee the rest of the year?
That's what I've been saying.
Yeah. I mean, would you be surprised? I mean, honestly, I'm sure they still think, oh, we can win these 4 games and somehow squeeze in here. I'm sure that's the train of thought in the locker room.
Yeah, they'll go one more week, but
yeah. I guess they will.
I don't know why.
Oh, we got that train rolling in, baby. Iron Price, our boy with the 5 gifted memberships. Let's freaking go. Appreciate you, brother. I said I would match. So there's 5. I'll go ahead and match 5 just for Iron Price. Let's go, man. Mike, if you had to tell Andy Reid one thing and Iron Price also was right there beside you, what would it be?
Suck it.
Suck it! Suck it! We got 2 words for you! Suck it!
That's exactly
Look,
right.
But look, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to do. Like, there were some positives to take out of today. I think the biggest positive to take out of the day was Esapole.
Yeah. I mean,
Like,
he was great.
Honestly, I think you could really build off something here. Now, look, I don't remember who the cat was earlier that donated and said that he may take Josh Simmons' job. I don't see that happening. But what if you could figure out a way one of these, or figure out a way one of these two could play the right side?
Yeah. I mean,
If
you got
Esapole
Jalen
really
Moore
played
for
that-
a year.
Right.
But, I mean, if Jawan
who
Taylor can
cares?
go ahead and go, you save all that money because this is the out. And then, like you said, maybe we have a long-term answer on both
You've
sides.
got something there, and you could find whichever one plays the left and the right better. Don't screw that up like you've tried to screw up everything else.
Right.
And I think that's a positive.
Yeah, I think so, too. Might go ahead and grab that one right there. I'm going to go ahead and gift out 5 memberships for Iron Price.
Okay, Jaron Two Bomb says, time to get a true number 1 X receiver again. Man, I don't know. Andy, and the way we are, we just don't throw to the big-bodied X wide receivers.
We have not
I
had
don't know what's happening
a
here.
wide receiver core as good as this one in
Yeah,
Patrick
I feel
Mahomes'
like this
career.
receiver core is good. It's
Yeah.
the offensive design that is a disaster.
It's real weird, though, if you think about it. Like, Rashee Rice, in his own right, has been just fantastic since he came into the league. And then, like, when he went down last year, Xavier Worthy was fantastic. Hollywood Brown's kind of been in and out. Hollywood's made some big plays in the last few weeks. But, like, when you get them all...
Hollywood should have, like, he's had a wasted season here, in my opinion.
Yeah, but get them
He
all on the
should-
field at the same time, and all of a sudden, what?
Right.
Like, what's happening?
But Hollywood should have been a lot more effective. It just goes to show you that, like, we had D-Hop last year. They didn't even use him properly. Nobody wants to come here and play football in this offense anymore.
How good has Tyquan Thornton been, and we won't use him?
That's what I'm saying.
You know?
You cannot find a big free agent wide receiver that wants to come over and play for Andy Reid in this offense. Even with Mahomes, this offense is too stagnant. It's too stale. It requires Mahomes to spread the ball around too much. There isn't a guy like Nico Collins that you can just rely on and throw it up and do that. We don't do that ball here. We don't play that way, and nobody wants to play here. I'm telling you, I don't even think D-Hop wanted to come back this year, even if we'd have offered him.
Now,
Because we didn't use him properly.
He did, but I don't know why.
See, we talked about this in the offseason. Big players and offensive players don't want to come here and play. For Mahomes, they don't even want to win Super Bowls. So what's that tell you about this team and the stagnation we have going on?
Yeah.
Because you can't get nobody to come here.
Should tell you something. When you got a team that's on a tear like the Chiefs have been over the last decade and you don't want to play there, there's a reason.
Yeah, I feel like nobody really wants to come here.
Yep. Huckleberry with the 5 says, remember, y'all, Andy couldn't get over the hump until Patrick showed up. Tom Brady made Bill, not the other way around. I agree. I agree with this statement. Like, I honestly think if Patrick Mahomes would have never been drafted to the Chiefs, Andy would have never got over the hump. End of story. Like, you always see these people, it's like, man, imagine how many rings Josh Allen could have had with the Chiefs or Lamar Jackson. And it's like, no, y'all got it completely backwards. Imagine Andy Reid ringless because they never drafted Patrick Mahomes, because that's what would have happened.
Yeah, well, that's just a way to try to get after Mahomes and say he sucks and devalue his career. We've all seen this. It's going to continue to happen. People are going to say that now. Oh, Mahomes missed the playoffs. Like, Mahomes out there today could do all positions. He could go out and catch the ball himself. He was his own running back today. Like, come on.
Right, Mike. Iron Price with the 5. We should shout out the 5. That let's see who got all these, baby. Who got them? Austin Husky, Chiefs fan, Willie B. Taylor, Tony H. and Cheryl Page. Welcome to the crew. And then I don't even know what the other 5 were, but yeah, welcome to the crew. Appreciate you guys. Let's see here, man. We got Bryant with the 5 says, thanks for the town cry, Steve. You're welcome, sir. Says ACU crew is fam. Yeah, for sure. Love hanging out with all you guys. It's good to see everyone even after a loss. It's always good to get on here and talk it out. We always have a good little therapy session. But I mean, there's so many thoughts you can have about this season. This game in particular is just so disappointing. Just the way it was playing out. Just the way, like, I guess that's like another thing that we haven't even really mentioned about this Chiefs team. Like, we've picked out all the things that make them look so disheveled, make them lose games, shooting themselves in the foot, blah, 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 blah. But one thing this Chiefs team cannot do, that every Chiefs team under Patrick Mahomes has been able to do, is close a game out, find a way to win a game. This team cannot do it. They have proved it over and over again all year long. When all the chips are in the middle of the table, they fold, brother.
Dude, it's a perfect offense defense disaster, honestly.
Yeah.
In the games that the defense wants to step up, the offense can't score. In the games the offense wants to score, the defense can't get a stop. Like, we've seen this all year. It's so ridiculous.
Absolutely. Iron Price with another 5 gifted. Let's freaking go, Iron Price. We appreciate you, brother. That means I'm going to throw out this other 5 that I got sitting here. Let's go. There they are. If you guys got one of those, welcome to the crew. And thank Iron Price for doing the Lord's work. Appreciate it, brother. Oh, man. What do you even say at this point? Like, you know, every other week you've kind of been able just to go ahead and move on to the next week and be like, you know what? You know, there's things we can fix and just keep trucking along. Oh, there's a chance. And, like, at this point, Mike, I'm tired of saying that. I'm not going to lie. Like, I think I'm officially on the that we're not getting to the playoffs. This season's kind of a wrap. You know, I'm over there now.
Don't you have to be? I'm not.
I mean, you have to. I mean, we can look. Here's the thing: we can be positive like we have been the last few weeks, but we all knew reality. But you're trying to be positive. You're trying to be positive for the fans. You're trying to put good energy out in the air, and it has got us nowhere. So I think at this point, it's time for us to just be realistic.
Because
right?
I remember in seasons past, if I actually tell you what's going to happen, everybody says I'm an idiot and I'm not a real Chiefs fan. And so now
you're mean.
I'm too positive. How can't you? How dare you tell us the Chiefs were going to win today? You should have said we were going to get beat.
Yeah.
Well, if I would have, y'all would have cried about it. So which one is it?
For what it's worth, let's talk about the highlights of the game today.
That should take all of about 5 seconds.
I mean, defense.
Okay, I'll give you that. Dude,
I think
Jones.
Look, I was going to say that.
Played well too.
I think both of those guys kind of came out with a chip on their shoulder today, and I think they realized, probably because of a lot of the fans' talk, like, I think we finally got to them a little bit. I think it finally got to them. They were like, dude, Chris Jones, everybody's saying I'm washed, that they shouldn't have paid me money. George, everybody's saying he's not good enough. He just can't get home. They both came out and tried to prove themselves tonight, and I think they did that. Now, if we could see some consistency on that, that would be fantastic. Well, I think they played great tonight. I thought our linebackers played a really good football game. Ashton Gelati, ladies and gentlemen, that kid's going to be a dog. Like, that's the main positive I saw tonight was Noel Williams and Ashton Gelati, 2 young guys that we just got in the draft, are complete dogs. So that's a little bit encouraging. Jalen Watson had a hell of a game. I thought that overall the defense played very, very well. And it just sucks that it was for nothing, you know, because Andy Reid, you know, gave the game away.
How many people is it going to piss off when we decide to let McDuffie walk and we sign Jalen Watson because he's cheaper?
I don't know if I'd be mad at that.
Does that not feel like a Brett Veach move
At
waiting
this
to happen?
point, I don't know if you can be mad at that. Because it's like, I'm a huge McDuffie guy. I think McDuffie's one of the best in the league. McDuffie's struggled for 2 or 3 weeks now. Let's get that straight. But McDuffie's a dog. But we've had him, first of all, he's the best slot corner in the league, and we can't use him there. And that by design, I think, was a failure from the beginning of the year that a lot of you guys pointed out in the chat. Like, hey, we really need somebody on the outside. And Mike, me and you were like, hey, why don't they get whoever they have on the field off the field, whether it be Christian Fulton when he was healthy for 2 games, whether it's Tamari Connor, like whoever, get them off the field, okay? And let's get McDuffie in the nickel and just go Jalen Watson, no Williams on the outside, and they just refuse to do it. And I think tonight,
No Williams played pretty well tonight, in my opinion.
I think tonight he played awesome, brother. He played awesome.
So that's what I'm saying.
Tonight showed between him and Jalen Watson, you could have had McDuffie in that slot
Josh
all
Williams
year
could
long.
have give you enough snaps, and instead, he was a healthy scratch half the season. He was out there again tonight.
Yeah,
I don't know if I've seen him on defense any.
A lot of people talking about a lot of trolls in the chat and stuff, and there are. And I mean, if you feel the need, if you're a moderator, if they're too stupid, put them in the pit. We don't really care. But the reason why you're seeing trolls in the chat is because this is the first time in over a decade that they've been able to try to rub it in our face. And it's like, dude, you look stupid doing that, to be quite honest about it. Like, this team, it was on a historic run. Patrick Mahomes is on a historic trajectory. Like, everybody talks about Tom Brady. The trajectory of Mahomes' career so far is much better than Tom Brady. Like, there's really nothing to dunk on us about. Like, it is what it is. Like, you're not going to be perfect every year. And if you really think that the Chiefs are not going to bounce back from a bad season and be competitive, then you're out of your damn mind. And it's just like, I actually, you know what? If you're a troll, have your fun. Do it, because, I mean, you're not going to get these opportunities very often. So, I mean, live it up. Have a good time. We're going to laugh
it's your
at you.
birthday out there.
Yeah.
Have a
Live
good
it
one.
up.
I'm sure you don't have jobs to go to tomorrow.
Probably not. Our boy Chiefs 007 with the 5 bumps says, what do you think Pat and Kelce talk about behind closed doors about the coaching? Pat in particular, he knows deep down Andy is the problem. I think there's a lot of respect there between Travis Kelce, Patrick Mahomes, and Andy Reid. Like, Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce, they see it from the point of view that Andy Reid has led them to 3 Super Bowl wins. To 7 AFC straight championships, West championships, to how many straight AFC championship games, like a historic run, right? They see it that way. So I don't think, I'm sure it might cross their mind from time to time, but I think ultimately they've bought into Andy Reid. Now, I'm sure that Patrick Mahomes, more than anybody, probably really gets pissy with the scheme sometimes. But, I mean, it's kind of got to be on him a little bit, too, because they do give him a lot of the decision-making. Patrick Mahomes is also the quarterback, which means he can get out there and he can change some things up if he feels like it, and he just don't do it. So, I mean, I think there's a little bit of blame to go all around there. I'm not real sure, bro, but I kind of doubt they really say much, to be quite honest about it.
Yeah, but they don't either, honestly.
Yeah. Chief Grief. I bet he just changed that name, baby. 87 checked out, so nobody presses him to come back. Dude, I'm telling you, I thought, over the season, Travis Kelce had kind of showed back up to try to, last year wasn't great for Kelce. And I thought this year it kind of showed back up and, was back on like a normal Travis Kelce pace. It wasn't as dominant as he had been in the past, but it was good. He did have, a couple of huge drops that cost us a couple of games. But sometimes shit just happens. But when you get to this point in the season to where all the chips are on the table and he folded hard, not once, not twice, but 3 times tonight.
Folded.
We saw him drop.
This dude didn't even show up, sit at the table.
It sucks, dude. It just sucks. I don't think anybody's going to be pressing for him to come back. But I will tell you this. I'm a Noah
If
Gray
he
fan.
wants to,
I'm a Noah
he'll
Gray
come
fan,
back.
but he ain't it. Did you see him tonight?
Yeah, he wasn't in either.
I mean, I love Noah Gray, and I thought that he's always kind of learning a lot from Kelce, and maybe could be a bigger part of this offense. But after tonight, I don't know about that. And then so I don't think we have anyone on the roster that could be. Jared Wiley, we haven't really got to see much yet.
He was active tonight, and I didn't even see him on the field.
Everybody was horny about Jake Brenningstool, and he never even. What did he do? Practice squad all year. It's just they have a hole to fill with Travis Kelce. They do, and I think they've tried to fill that hole with Rashee Rice. I think that's one thing Collinsworth actually got right tonight was when he was talking about they are trying to make Rashee Rice the new Travis Kelce. You've seen that in the last 2 years. Boy, he didn't look like Travis Kelce of old tonight. He did not. I'm sorry. So it's just a lot of holes to fill, and it's gonna be tough, brother. It's gonna be tough to dig yourself out of a hole, dude. This is a blow to not only your ego and your confidence and everything else, but I mean, this team's really got to bounce back in every way possible next season. You know,
The fact that Kelce comes back, and then now he could possibly go out, knowing that was essentially a playoff game that you got bounced from,
right?
and he throws up that effort.
Mm-hmm.
Does he want to end on that? I don't know, but at the same time, it's
I would
I
think
don't know if I
not.
want you to come back.
I think if Travis Kelce
If you
does
do
come back
if
ultimately,
he comes back, you've got to draft
got-
somebody like a Kenyon Sadiq out of Oregon, and you're going to have to let that kid play and develop quickly.
agreed. Travis Kelce, if he does play another season after this one, he's got to take a major back seat.
He's got to be more of a mentor than a playmaker next year.
Yeah, I think so. Got a 20 bomb from Burhart here. Says, watching since 94, never felt this anger. All losses to Indy were sad. Losses to New England, at least happy to go far. Losing Super Bowls, at least we made it. This just pisses me off. Though unlikely, a firing of some sort would make me feel better. And I feel this sentiment. I feel this, dude. Like, we've all been through the ringer with things like this as a Chiefs fan. And there were times when you were hopeful, like with the year Alex Smith kind of led the Chiefs. It was a really good year. Alex Smith played a fantastic season. Mike, we were at the game. We were at Lucas Oil Stadium, 38-10 at halftime, lost. That was a gut punch. Just ignorant coaching, right? And damn, it's crazy how things don't change, even after all them Super Bowl rings. But yeah, losing the Super Bowls, that was bittersweet. Like, hey, we got to the Super Bowl, still the cream of the crop in the league, and it sucks that you lost the game, and then you look for reasons why. This season has been a complete, just absolute failure, in my opinion.
It's exhausting. It's exhausting to talk about. It's been
Dude, I'm
exhausting
tired
to live
just
through.
sitting here right now, brother. I'm like,
Dude,
I have nothing left to
look,
give this team, you know?
You guys, look, I'm just going to say, everybody watching, I mean, I'm sure you guys all do this too. You wake up, you look for the news, you're on X, you watch YouTube videos, you do this, you do that. But a lot of people, you still have jobs, you got families, you got this, you got that. Like, I get up and do this all day, every day. And this team has been the most I bet you they've aged me 25 years this year.
Yeah, dude. Like,
This team is so hard to cover and so horrendous. And like, you just want to lose your shit on them over and over again, but you want to be positive too, because you want to give Mahomes and Andy Reid the benefit of the doubt. Mm-hmm. But it's like, you don't know what to do at I'm exhausted, and we still have 4 weeks of this season left, but technically it's basically over. So,
every fan's always like, man, I eat, sleep, breathe Kansas City Chiefs football. And I'm not saying that you don't, but we have literally done that for 4 years now. And this team here, I'm right there with you, Mike. This has been exhausting.
dude, they've been an enigma to cover. You
tough.
cannot tell me if I had a time machine and went back and you didn't have any clue of how the future looked, you just had to go back and live it again. You put me right in the middle of June, July, and watch this team in camp, and I'm going to tell you the same exact thing. This is the best roster Mahomes has had, the most weapons he's had, and this team shouldn't have a problem winning 12, 13, 14 games.
No.
And yet we've seen
No,
just
honestly,
the
I thought
worst
it would be
football.
I thought at worst, I was kind of with our boy Warren Sharp, man. I thought, 12-5, they're going to be better than last year, go to the playoffs and make a run.
Right.
Yeah, I thought that was the worst case scenario. And then, boy, were we wrong. It's just strange, dude. When you look at the talent of the team, you look at the roster that was put together, I think everyone has a right to feel the way they feel right now, because I honestly thought they could have a good season. Like, get it.
So when
you
you
know,
got
by
a
the end of
team
the
this
year,
good-
I thought they'd be clicking.
When you got a team this good and they can't put up points and they're not cohesive and you're shooting yourself in the foot every week and penalties have cost you a bunch of games and special teams has cost you a bunch of games and it's constant. And every week you hear it's going to get fixed and it don't get fixed. That, at the end of the day, falls on the coaching staff.
Absolutely. Absolutely. No other way to slice it, brother. Coaching staff holds the biggest piece of this pie. They do. End of story. Chief Grief with a 2-bomb says also Rasheed might have lost $25 million to $30 million tonight. I don't know. I don't know what his finances are like. I don't know how his contract's set up. I'm not sure what you're talking about, Chief Grief, but
Maybe just a re-sign after the rookie deal.
or that, yeah.
That's
Man,
probably what he's talking about. I don't know if this one game is going to influence whether they want to bring him
No.
in.
I'll tell you exactly what happened to Rasheed Rice tonight. Yes, he did drop a couple before that, but I think, and I'm not saying that this was a bad hit. I'm not saying that it should have been a penalty, but that hit from Kamari Laster was helmet to helmet. It was a helmet to helmet hit, and I think it rocked his world. I think he probably should have went to the blue tent. If you watch him drop that ball before he hit the ground because he had no control of his arms, something happened there.
He looked like a rag doll.
Yeah. He got hit helmet to helmet.
Did he not go to the tent?
I don't think so.
They
But
just let him pop back up and play?
after that, it was dinosaur arms and probably a little bit out of it. I mean, to be quite honest about it. I mean, that was a nasty hit.
Well, first and foremost, Andy just didn't really get him involved in the game plan from the beginning.
Yeah.
And maybe this was a thing where they were just getting outplayed by, like, say, DBs or whatever.
Yeah.
It's crazy for me to say that I know Houston's defense is good, but their DBs, and like I said, Lassiter literally runs like a 5.5 40.
Right.
Like, I don't see how in the world these guys. Now, look, they were getting away with a lot of handsy stuff and a lot of
I was going to say
holding.
that they're very physical. They were there early quite a
You're
bit. and
gonna
stuff,
get
but,
that,
I mean, you can't.
but you've
blame
got to
that.
find a way to scheme
Yeah.
these guys open, man. And that's a
Absolutely.
failure again by Andy in the offense.
You have not one, not two, not three, but 4 guys on your team that run sub 4.3 40s, and you can't scheme one of those guys open. That blows my mind.
Even when Hollywood was on Lassiter, and Lassiter got the pick because Patrick Mahomes underthrew it by a mile because of the way the play was set up and everything. Like, Mahomes was running for his life. He couldn't set up his feet. I just don't get it, man. It's just there's been a disconnect with that offense all year.
Yeah. Burhart with another 5 says tied 10-10. We couldn't even go up by 3. Had we, I think we win. Yeah, I think so too. The Chiefs could have, I think, it was just one of those nights. Like, everything bad that's happened all season showed up. Like Butker missing a field goal and, all that stuff. But anyway, he says it's like the offense didn't even want to win. We do have to remember they were playing the best defense in football outside of Denver. So, I mean, you have to at least throw that into account. Like, the offense at times I thought was decently effective against that defense, especially with a banged up O-line. Like, everybody was playing really good, playing way better than people expected them. Hollywood made a couple of good plays, got open.
Worthy got up for a few.
Yeah, and it's like, I didn't think they played awful. But they could just, I mean, like I said, you're playing the second best defense in football. It kind of is what it is. I think honestly, when it really boils down to it, I think the decision to go for it there on that 4th and 2,
That was the game.
that was it.
100% the game. The way our defense was
I would
playing,
have
pumped that
never
away
put my entire season
Yeah.
on a 4th and 2 with the second best defense in football out there.
from the 30.
When your defense has been absolutely wrecking it the whole game.
They got the ball, and it was going to be at least a 47-yard field goal to take the lead late in the 4th.
Yep, D handed us the chance 1,000 times. You're exactly right. Over and over and over again, this defense showed up tonight. And the one time they didn't was because they were literally starting from the 30-yard line. Like they were already in the red zone almost when they started the drive.
Even one of the touchdowns they give up was all because of officiating extended
Yeah.
a drive.
That's true too. That should have been 3 at most. So yeah, sucks, man.
Should've
Appreciate the
been a punt.
support, Barhart. Bryant Williamson with a 2. So I think the mob got Andy under control. Yeah, man. Not only has it been exhausting to cover this team, but it's also exhausting, like fielding the ground balls of the general public that just hates the Chiefs, don't know anything about football, only want to talk about referees, only want to talk about how the Chiefs are not good. They just got handed everything by the refs. Patrick Mahomes isn't really good. It's just always something. And you have to, like in our position, Mike, you have to make the conscious decision that you're ignoring that kind of noise. You can't fight. You can't defend the team against every random Joe Blow that has no football knowledge whatsoever.
No.
But you do hear it. It's a lot of noise. It's impossible to escape. And if we can't escape it, they can't escape it. And I do think that this team, I think the leaders of the team, Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, Chris Jones, Andy Reid, they all felt that. I think they let it get to them this season. I do, 100%.
Has to.
Yeah.
Dude, I bet you in a day's time, we probably get on all of our content, if you want to look at every platform.
I mean, you saw
From
the
Instagram
trolls in here
to
tonight.
Facebook to TikTok to YouTube, don't matter where it is. Everything we post, every video we've ever posted, I bet you 8 out of 10 comments is a hater talking about the refs or something. It is constant. And Patrick Mahomes can't post anything on social media. He posts a picture of his 3 kids, and you're hearing, I bet the refs came to the birthday party. Like, it's the dumbest shit you've ever seen. It's nonstop. And the funny thing is, like, Tony Dungy even got on there this week and was talking about how the refs just suck. And it had nothing to do with the Chiefs. And I'm thinking, bro, you've had a platform all these years. Why is it that the media and everybody associated with the NFL has allowed this to happen?
I'm not saying tonight.
They've even fed into it.
I'm not saying tonight, and I'm not saying every game this season, but I think we all saw a culmination of all the loud, annoying people. Like, all of that, I know that the way that the league has allowed this to get out of control, where everybody just constantly talks about it, and even sports media talks about it. Hell, the announcers on the games talk about it. They got themselves backed into a corner, and the only thing that they could do was to make it harder on the Chiefs, and they blatantly did that quite a bit. There were definitely calls this season.
Did it with scheduling this year.
There was calls this season straight from referees that were blatantly wrong, and the only reason it was called was because we don't want them to think that we're calling in favor of the Chiefs. 100%. 100%. I think that had a huge part to do with a few games. I mean, look at the Dallas game. So, I mean, that's the thing. Like, still, this is all on the Chiefs. No excuses. They've shot themselves in the foot over and over and over again. You should be able to, even if you have a bad referee crew, even if you get a couple of bad calls, you should be able to overcome
Tonight's crew was horrible, but we had plenty of chances to win.
Yeah. I mean, end of story. I would never blame tonight's game on a referee. It sucks that they gave them 7 points, but I still wouldn't blame this game on them.
What is funny is that the Chiefs wouldn't have punted there and say we would have kicked the ball back, tied 10-10, and C.J. Stroud throws a pick 6 and we was to have won 17-10. You'd have heard from everybody that the officials were horrible and they fixed it for the Chiefs.
Right. Well, at the same time,
but the way it ends now is I say there's no way you blame the officials on this. And Steve, we were critical of them after the Dallas game.
That's what I was getting ready to say.
They deserved it.
That's what I'm getting ready to say. So I just want to bring this up that a lot of content creators, a lot of other people, they always want to take the high road and be like, can't talk about refs. That's loser mentality. You can't talk about refs. That's what everybody else does. And yeah, that does happen. But I'll be fair with it. And I'm just going to tell you how I see it. And like tonight, the refs didn't cause the Chiefs to lose. That was Andy Reid. Okay. Dallas game, that was handed to Dallas on a silver platter. No,
Yeah, absolutely.
No question. The Jaguars game was heavily slated against the Chiefs. 13 penalties. There were games this year where the refs did cause it, but overall, it doesn't matter, right? It doesn't matter. You have to fight through that stuff. And the Chiefs just couldn't do it this year. They're not mentally strong enough to do that this year. they're not mentally strong enough to win a game when it counts, or like, whatever they need to do that the Chiefs normally do every year, they can't do it.
Maybe, I don't know. Maybe this team's just mentally fatigued and checked out. Maybe they all just need a good
Maybe they're as
off-season.
tired as we are. Burkhart with the 2 bombs says, y'all said it. This season was exhausting. Right on cue. Right on cue, brother. That's all you could say about it. It sucks. It sucks. Sucks the life out of you trying to be positive. It sucks the life out of you trying to understand why a team as talented as they are is having trouble, and stuff like that. And more mentally exhausting than anything are like just absolute non-football knowers that cannot stop acting like idiots on the internet. Like,
Bro, I'd come more understanding like trigonometry than I could trying to figure out this Chiefs team this year.
yeah, it's like this idiot. I mean, literally just said had Chiefs. The refs didn't have anything to do with the Chiefs losing tonight. I just said that, brother.
Just said
Open
that for
your ears
3
up.
minutes. And Clown over here
Bro,
literally says exactly what you said and does the opposite.
to the pit.
And then laughs as he's probably getting out the KY jelly, getting ready to have a whack
Yeah.
in his mom's basement later. I don't know what's happening, but the internet
Exactly.
is wild.
Chiefs 007 with the 10 bomb says, regardless if the season is over, I'm going to still be in there every time y'all are. Or in here. Appreciate that, brother. To be honest, this season hasn't felt right since Brazil. Agreed. It's just been weird. I'm so indebted to this team, so it hurts like no other. That's the thing, man. After what we've got to witness over the last decade, you can't be mad. It is still frustrating. I think it's more frustrating just because it makes no logical sense, right? That's the hardest part. It's like, what in the hell are we? What are they trying to lose? Like what's going on?
Look, I'd mentioned this probably, week 6, week 7? I don't even remember who we were playing. But do you remember me bringing up the fact that I still think half the team was recovering from that stupid Brazil game 1? And that travel? They literally traveled 4,500 miles one way
Wasn't that
to play
bad?
a football game. And it's like, come on. Like, I feel like
Chargers
the
did
NFL
it
just
too, though.
blasted us this year. Yeah, but look at how many injuries they've endured. Like, they just got lucky enough to win. So it's like, dude, it felt like from the very beginning, from the schedule to everything, they were just out for us.
Yeah.
It's almost as if they were like, look, this team's, we even talked about it. They tried to give Rasheed Rice like an 8 or 10 game suspension,
Yeah, dude.
which was the biggest in history. And they had to like get it like narrowed down to,
They couldn't
what,
let everyone
7?
think they were favoring the Chiefs,
That's what I'm saying. Like every little thing has been just like dumb.
Yeah. Vilma, appreciate you being here. Come back. Come hang out with us more often. Have a good night. Man, just whew, disappointing. Toma, you're late. You should always come to ACU before you ever go to any of those other channels.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, always. We should always be the number one thought in your mind. Best channel.
Always. Like
The
when you go to
greatest.
bed at night, did I watch ACU today?
Yeah, never come here at third. What? That's wild.
Third.
Third's wild.
I don't
Second,
even know.
second, I'll say okay, maybe. Third's wild.
The third is nasty work.
Yeah, what are you thinking?
I might just end this right now so you can't even watch.
He's just gonna go back. There's this little back button where you go
I'm
back
just
and watch.
playing.
I
Look,
know.
I'm telling you, today, this whole season, again, it's just been exhausting. It's just, it hurts
Ding
your
ding ding
head.
ding 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 ding.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah,
Algorithm don't enjoy us for some reason.
yeah, we're ugly. We're ugly, That's what it is. Yeah, man. Anyway, guys, appreciate y'all being here, by the way. We're going to give you like maybe 5 more minutes tops. Exhausted, rough night. Just want to say thanks everybody for being here. Kept over 900 people here all night, so we appreciate that. Do us a favor, hit the like button if you haven't. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, you need to do that. You need to click the bell because obviously the algorithm's not going to put us in your feed, so you're going to have to like find
You're
us.
gonna have to make some
Go
freaking
find
effort.
us. Yeah, find us. Meet us halfway. That's all we're asking. But yeah, appreciate you guys. You can join the channel at join.allchiefedup.com. You can buy merchandise at merch.allchiefedup.com. There's a 15% off the entire store right now till the end of the year. Just code Chiefsmiths. You'll get 15% off. All of it helps the channel. You guys that super chatted tonight and gifted memberships, you guys are awesome. Thanks for helping support us. I will say this: as bad as it's been this season, and as bad as it's been over the last month, the Chiefs have literally lost more in the last month than we've seen them lose in 2 years. And all chiefed up.
Feels like it.
All chiefed up had our biggest month in our existence last month. So let's give everybody out there a round of applause. You guys are awesome for supporting us. Even during the bad times, you guys were here. The biggest month for all chiefed up since inception, baby, last month. And we're looking to stack on top of that this month. So you guys are awesome. Appreciate you guys a whole lot. Let's see here. We got a 5 bomb from Perry. Says grounding on Stroud should have been called after watching it again. 100%. That was intentional grounding.
Oh, that was intentional grounding. Yes,
I don't think it made a difference. I don't think it made a difference, but
you never know. What if you'd have blocked the punt right there?
yeah, I know. That was a grounding though. There was nowhere near that ball.
Dude, look, that was intentional grounding, and the hit on Rashee Rice was in the face mask. That should have been a penalty.
That was helmet to helmet, 100%.
Yeah, I don't think he was trying to hurt him.
No, I don't think it was egregious. I don't think it was like he was trying to hurt him.
But it was 100% the definition of he hit the top of his helmet in his face mask.
Yeah,
that's a penalty.
led with his helmet. Yeah, 100%. He'll get a fine. They'll fine him a little bit, and then it doesn't matter. Our record is what it is. That's what sucks. Toma with the 5 says, "Not to bash me no more." I wasn't bashing whoever you are. Are you the one that said you were late?
Yeah. No, I'm not bashing, man. We're just playing.
No, we're just playing.
I'm trying to see if anybody hit the thing right.
You know that.
I told everybody on X, if you follow us on X, that all chiefed up. If you haven't, get over there and do that. We give away stuff and all kinds of junk. I told everybody today if they hit the score on the money, the nail on the head, I'd give them an all chiefed up hat, the black rope hat, and looks like nobody got it, man. Who would have ever thought? Grayskull was close. He said 16-10, but he also said Chiefs would win. Yeah, close. Nobody hit the score.
Doesn't that just kind of show you the complete offensive failure just by the scoreboard? 10 points.
Yeah, that was a good,
unreasonable.
Look, that was a good defensive team, but that team was not as good defensively as a lot of other. I don't think you put that team anywhere near Man, I don't even know. We've played some good defenses over the past probably 6-7 seasons. Right. I don't even know if that team was better than some of the Ravens defenses we've beat.
Mike, Patrick Mahomes, let me just go over a few things, and it's just going to blow your mind about this offense. Patrick Mahomes finished the night 14 of 33 for 160 yards, 0 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, 2 sacks, with a rating of 19.8.
Yeah.
And what's sad is I don't feel like Patrick really played that bad. That's the crazy part. Rushing, our leading rusher, Patrick Mahomes. Between Kareem Hunt and Isaiah Pacheco and Brashard Smith, they hit the 20 mark on carries for a combined 67 yards. No rhythm, by the way. I want to point that out. None of them were allowed to get in a rhythm. I thought that was an odd decision.
Dude, how many times are we going to watch Pacheco run up the back of an offensive lineman?
Over and over.
Dude, look, I like Pacheco too, but I think his time here is done.
Yep. For sure. Your leading receiver of the night was Xavier Worthy, 3 receptions for 55 yards. Hollywood Brown, 1 for 35. Rashee Rice, 4 for 34. Thornton, 2 for 19. 1 for 14 to Gray. And Travis Kelce had 1 for 8. Juju actually caught a ball. I didn't even know he did. 1 for 5. I don't even remember that. He had 2 targets.
It's apparently the one he dove.
Okay. Yeah.
They called defensive holding and a face
Patrick
mask
Mahomes also had a 1 reception for minus 10 yards.
Yeah, he caught his own deflection.
Of course, we can't make that into something epic like Marcus Mariota,
Because Patrick Mahomes isn't as good of a receiver as Marcus Mariota.
Right. Defense on the night. Once again, George Karlaftis had a sack. Let's see here. Let's keep going. Chris Jones had a sack. Ashton Gelati was given a half sack, but I thought he had a full one.
Oh, they probably give it with Tillery.
Tillery got a half, yeah.
Yeah.
Correct.
But I feel like, I honestly feel like, though, Tillery, if Gelati wasn't there to clean it up, he got away from Tillery. So, honestly, I think they should have given the full sack to Gelati.
I will say this about Ashton Gelati. Love that kid. I'll tell you something that he brings to the table. His speed he can catch up to quarterbacks. He can stop them getting to the outside. He can stop running backs from getting to the outside. Like, he has that kind of speed. You don't see that on the other side with George Karlaftis. George was a monster in his own right tonight, but I see things from Ashton Gelati that we haven't seen from defensive ends in a long time.
You know what I did see from George tonight? There was one, the one sack he actually did get on C.J. Stroud. I mean, it did help that Nick Bolton.
I wish that ball could have came out.
Right, but he actually got there pretty quick. It wasn't one of those, 3 or 4 second effort sacks. Like, he actually come off the edge, beat the guy with a rip move, and he got there. Might have been a swim. I don't remember exactly, but
right. Just to add to that, to show an all-out bad performance across the board, though, Harrison Butker 1 for 2. Damn, rough. Pretty freaking rough. Let's see here. Where did I get lost at in the chat here? Boom, boom, boom. We got a 5 from our boy Romastamo. Says Andy totally crapped the bed this year. Straight up, coaching is the reason why we're where we're at. Like, we can talk about the roster. A lot of people try to point out players that are good and say they're bad, like Worthy. I even know people that constantly talk about how bad Trent McDuffie is, which is wild. People want to point out players, or like Chris Jones ain't doing enough. He's washed, It's always that. But let's be honest here. The talent's on this roster. The talent was on this roster. You saw coaching failures in many ways this year. Decision-making by Reed. Refusing to run the football by Reed. Refusing to take Jamari Conner off the football field by Steve Spagnuolo. Refusing to get out of his own defense on third down and quit letting up third and longs by Steve Spagnuolo. Just tremendous coaching failure across the board. There's no one else to hang this on. No one else. And even if the Chiefs were to luck out and sneak into the playoffs at 10-7 or, whatever, I still, something's got to be done about the coaching staff in one way or another. It's got to be mixed up. You can't let, even if they sneak into the playoffs somehow, which is not going to happen, by the way, 0 chance, 16% my ass. 0 chance that happens. But if they did, you still have to switch it up. It's been just a tremendous coaching failure.
Well,
once again, not playing hidden gems. They weren't even going to keep Isapol on the team, brother. They let him go.
You had a chance tonight to activate Jalen Royals and get a look at him, and they didn't do it.
He's never even been on the football field. Like, maybe a special teams play here or there. I think he might have got a few snaps this season. It's been pretty crazy. Yeah, see, I can't get with this one, brother. Trash running backs. Kareem Hunt showed you time and time again this year he's not trash. Okay? Trash pass rush, give you that one. But they showed up tonight and you still lost the football game. Trash secondary and trash wide receiving core. None of the above are trash. You could go pass rush because the complete failure to and here's the thing too. You saw tonight, Ashton Gelati got a lot of snaps tonight, probably the most snaps he's got.
Yeah, probably.
It's about time. Like, they could have been using him all year, but we've had to watch the complete failure of Charles Omenihu. And it's like, I don't know. I just think the talent's on the roster. I think the way that it was utilized, personnel, what
do you think of this take?
Bad.
Look, let me just. We had some devil's advocate stuff. Jared Kohler, I think's how he pronounced his name. He's a sports anchor at what is it, KCTV5 in KC. He says he tweets this and he says, Travis Kelce has the second most yards of any tight end in the NFL this season. Spare me the bad effing Travis Kelce takes. Dude, yes, Travis Kelce's had a good season this year. But here's another thing I'll say. The play of tight ends across the board this season have been one of the lowest that it's been.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like tight ends are that was the bread and butter for the past 5 or 6 years in NFL offenses, and they've kind of went away from them now. They don't use them as much because why? The NFL's proved if you just launch it up 30, 40 yards down the field, they're going to let you either push off or they're going to call some kind of DPI.
Yeah.
We've seen this all year. So I don't say Travis Kelce is bad, but at the same time, to just keep coming back and be like, well, he's got the second most yardage. Okay, well, cool. There's literally like 4 good tight ends in the NFL this season. The rest of them have been injured or they don't
Would he
use them
have the second
properly.
most yardage if George Kittle had been healthy all year? Would he have the second most yardage if Brock Bowers would have played?
That's what I'm saying. There's either been people not healthy across the board or the position's just down.
Yeah.
Who was the guy today that had his entire leg ripped off pretty much?
And two things can be true here. Travis Kelce has statistically a good year.
He's had a decent season.
Travis Kelce has also done nothing to help this football team win games that are close.
Right. That's my point.
He's hurt them more than helped them.
Yeah, in big key situations, Travis Kelce's not looked like Travis Kelce.
No, because you're so used to him being clutch. You're so used to Mahomes being clutch. You're so used to Chris Jones being clutch. And, like, honestly, the whole year, none of them have been. That's why you've lost every game we've lost. This was the worst game we've lost by 10. And it was a close game. Like, that's the craziest thing to think about. I bet if you added up all the losses all year long, we wouldn't even hit 25 points. Like a 25-point deficit. And count with 10 tonight. Like, we've
Probably
been
not,
in
man.
close games all season long, and they just can't get it done, which is a complete flip of the script from the past 10 years, so it is what it is, though.
Look,
man.
Travis Kelce, literally this year, though, even at him being 36, he's had 2 games. He's not had a single game where he's hit 100 yards receiving this year. Not a single game where he's hit 100. And he's only got 2 games where he's been in the 90s. And those have literally happened over the past, 6 games? Since the Commanders game on the October 27th. He had that one on them, and then against Denver, he had 91. The rest of the year, this dude's literally coming out and putting up 26, 48, 43, 45, 8.
Right.
That's what he's got in the past 3 games, 43, 45, and 8. And that's off of literally 10 catches and 18 targets.
Yeah.
So in the past 3 games alone, Travis Kelce's not even put up 100 yards total.
And
So,
can we
again-
also be real here? The defenses have not been doubling Travis Kelce the way they have been in years past.
Right.
They don't- they don't
my
account
point
for
is
him like
Travis
they
Kelce's
used to.
good.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to say Travis Kelce sucks or anything like that, but I think to say that, to use some kind of obscure stat and try to make that as if you say anything negative, I just don't get it, man. I just don't understand it.
No
Like, apparently you're not allowed
accountability.
to have football
discourse. You can't.
You can't do it.
Burhart with the 5 says, "Yep, it's a lot. Like a lot of this year's officiating was to cool down a narrative that they helped KC. 100%. That's true. It just is. Is it why the Chiefs have sucked? No, but it definitely contributed to it in at least a small way. And then it's all because of
Look, it ain't
average
gonna
fans low
stop.
IQ. 100%. And they're not going to stop.
It ain't going to stop.
Dude, tonight.
If the Chiefs
literally-
come out and be successful next season, it'll start again.
So tonight, they literally overruled that first down, gave him a first down when he didn't have a first down, and then they went back and
He stepped
fixed
on the
it.
line.
Yeah, they went back and fixed it, and everyone said that the Chiefs cheated.
Yeah.
They called a bullshit pass interference on Noel Williams to give them 7 points. No, and everyone's still the narrative online from everywhere. Barstool, all the NFL memes that are big, everywhere. All the big names, Dov Kleiman, all them idiots. Every one of them. Every narrative was the
Yeah.
Chiefs were getting all the calls.
Another one was when
because that's what gets them interaction.
Another was when they took the tush push off and said that they had lined up offside.
And they're showing a picture with his hand clearly in the neutral
2 of
zone.
them.
Yeah.
Now, look, Chris Jones was across too, but that's what that tush push does. You have to get everything so tight in there; it's a disaster. They need to get rid of that.
If that doesn't kind of put that into perspective for everybody, I know, there's a large world of idiots out there. There's 900 people here right now, and I'll tell you this. Like, I hope there's at least a few of you in here so you can hear this. But this is like literally it in a nutshell. They post a picture of a guy that is clearly offsides in the neutral zone. His hand is further than the football, than the center's helmet, than everything. And not 1, but 2, they post that picture to prove to everybody that the Chiefs cheated, that the refs cheated for the Chiefs. They post a picture of a blatant penalty and say the Chiefs get cheated for because it got called. That's how effing stupid and how dumb the general public is. Like the average football fan, the average NFL fan is so dumb, dude. Like single digit IQs. Just the dumbest of the dumb people on this planet. It blows my mind that they really post these pictures that prove that it was a penalty and complain about it. And it's not even like small people in the football world. It's like big talking heads that do this, and they know better. But guess what? I'm going to get all kinds of interaction on this post.
The best one was the overturn tonight where he stepped on the line. They showed him reaching across the line and say that they messed up the ball spot, and they conveniently cropped out his toe on the line.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
And people believed it because nobody watches the game. They just go along with the narrative.
Yeah.
Stupid,
it's wild.
Dude.
It's wild. Guys, appreciate y'all being here. Thanks so much for everybody that donated. You guys are awesome. Shout out Zarda, by the way. We haven't shouted them out tonight in the post game. You guys in the KC area, if you're near Blue Spring or Lenexa, get over there tomorrow. Grab yourself an $11 lunch, baby. Get yourself a KC takeaway in honor of Ashton Gelati at least showing out tonight in the game. And let them know All Chiefed Up sent you. Also, shout out DraftKings. Download it. Use the promo code ACU. If you don't have it yet, go download it. Use our promo code. We would appreciate that. And, yeah, shout out everybody that donated and gifted memberships and all that fun stuff. We'll be back tomorrow with a live stream during the day where we do an open Q&A. After everybody has a little bit of time to let the game marinate and get their thoughts collected, we're going to throw a post up. You guys can put comments, questions, whatever you have about the game, and we'll get to those tomorrow on the live stream. And, of course, we'll be taking questions live like we always do. So don't miss out on that. And all kinds of Chiefs content coming this week. But, I mean, it sucks, but we don't quit. We don't quit. We keep on chugging along. I mean, you got to be hardcore even when the team sucks, even when the team's sucking. You don't want to be that fair weather fan.
I thought you were getting ready to sing the Jack Black song.
What is it? La 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 lava, chicken. Oh, you're not hardcore
I don't know.
unless you live hardcore. I don't know. All right, guys.
But
We'll
the
catch you next time.
legend of the rent.
Go Chiefs.
I'm rich.